Good morning, Beach Bum and Chris Cox and Lisa 54. Happy Sunday. How are y'all doing this morning? Good morning, Miss Debbie. Hope everyone had fun last night. I did. We need to do that again. Hey, never lose hope, Miss Cheryl. So has everyone been having a good weekend? Oh my God, I worked all day yesterday on my son's room, cleaning, rearranging furniture, doing real cleaning, like wiping the walls, Murphy's oil soap, all that. Good morning, Cement Shoes and Melissa. Hope y'all are having a good morning. So I found us a few topics this morning. Lisa, you did good, Lisa, and your audio sounded so good. Maybe we'll do it again next Saturday night. Yeah, we did. It was fun. I just love Will. He's so funny. And he's really good at true crime. And of course, he's a really good person, him and his wife, but he's really good at true crime. I wish I could do my true crime like that, but like I'm so unprofessional and so unorganized. Hey, Carolina girl. Good morning. The title of this live breaks my heart. Yes, I didn't have room for it on my thumbnail. Um, First, though, the missing toddler, 2 years old, Rory Pope, they found his body. Um, he was with his parents, came to visit his grandparents. They were getting ready to leave to go home. His parents were packing. He snuck away. In just moments, he was gone, out of sight. And they found his body in that pond they had been looking in. If I'm not mistaken, let me see. Gosh, I can't remember the state. Seems like it's Idaho. I got it pulled up here. His hair reminds me of my son's. My son's hair was identical when he was little Rory's age. Gosh, I have a hard time pronouncing that name. Yeah, so they recovered his body. Said little Rory was last seen around 12:15 p.m. Wednesday by a home in Eagle near West Nordic Drive and North Arena Avenue in the Legacy Park subdivision. Of course, it says he was visiting his grandparents when he disappeared. That is so sad. Here they had a wonderful visit, I'm sure, packing up to go home, and the little one goes missing. Oh my goodness. They said how they found him, the searchers didn't give up. But when the water level kind of went down, that's when they found his body. It says it's kind of a typical case where they're doing things and packing and getting ready to go. In Rory, a very outgoing 2-year-old, like 2-year-olds sometimes do, just takes off running. Eagle PD Chief Matt Clifford said on Friday, and he was gone for a matter of moments out of the sight of the parents. This is a tragic accident. I don't think there's any neglect going on here. I mean, as far as I can tell right now from what I'm reading, of course. But yeah, they found him Saturday morning. It's so sad. Oh yeah, there's a missing nonverbal taught too. Mother's definitely involved in that one. Let me go to that because if I go to my other topics I got planned, I'll totally forget about this. But I just want to look at my chat for a second. Let's give this next one time to load up here. Please remember Rory's parents, his family, in y'all's prayers. So sad. You just never know what's going to happen in life. In the blink of an eye, someone can be gone. You could be gone. Carolina girl, hey, can someone tell me if my name is green? Please and thank you. No, it is not, Carolina girl. Now, sometimes with these memberships, I don't think I saw your name on the list, Carolina girl, when I did shout outs Friday. I do them every Friday. And here I think is what the problem is. Sometimes the memberships renew automatically, but when you first join the membership, I saw a little option to where it doesn't renew automatically. But when you rejoin, you don't lose the place that you was at, you know. And also, I changed Southern Charm membership to Southern Royalty. I can't even say it. Southern Royalty. Where was the lifeguard? Okay, cement shoes. So this is not like a place that you swim at, from my understanding. This is in a subdivision. I guess there's like a duck pond. I guess people can fish there. I'm not sure if you can fish there. It really seems like it was a tragic accident, but I'm just wondering how long was he gone before they realized it? It's so sad. And the picture they show of him, that was taken the day before, guys. I guess that next morning or whatever, he was still wearing that green shirt. YouTube gets their jollies messing with us. Yeah. Um, it probably, Carolina girl, it probably didn't renew automatically. Sometimes it does. It says I've been a member, or I thought that you was a member too. But you don't have a badge besides your name. And I don't think that you were in my members list when I did that shout out video Friday. I uploaded it. I don't remember seeing your name. I noticed, like, I don't keep track who's all members and who leaves and all that, but I do know how many members I got, and I did notice that a couple was gone. And I just thought to myself, well, their membership probably didn't renew. That happened with me on 411 Now's channel. I thought it renewed, but it was actually another membership, and I had to go renew it. I thought you was a member a while back. It's okay, Carolina girl. It's okay. It's no problem. We keep it real here. We're not professional. If we need to work something out, we will, right in the middle of the stream. Okay. So there is a missing nonverbal. He fell from, this is what the mother said now. This little boy fell from a third-story window, and then he just disappeared. Come on now, lady. A 3-year-old falls from a window, and he gets up and just walks away and disappears? I think not. Why was he able to get out the window? This is in northern Ohio. His name is Braylon Noble. Disappeared Friday afternoon from his home in western Toledo. Toledo Police, Fire and Rescue, and Metro Parks officers were all out in search of the little boy, last seen wearing a red and white Mickey Mouse shirt. The Toledo Police Department said they were utilizing drones in the air and dogs, but the terrain around nearby Swan Creek was too steep and treacherous to put a boat in. Instead, searchers combed the creek's bank in both directions from the apartment. Okay. The crew suspended their search Friday after dark. They returned to search Saturday morning. Okay, so Braylon's mother said he fell out of a third floor window at about 12 p.m. on Friday, and she was unable to find him. Bull crap, lady. What did you do to your son? I do not believe that. Not for a moment. Officers searched the entire apartment complex and knocked on doors in surrounding buildings. On Saturday, more than a dozen friends and families joined the search because she killed him and took his body somewhere. I hate to say it. I hope that they find him. I pray that I am wrong. I do not want to be right. We know how these cases go. Kid's not going to fall out of a third floor window and get up and walk away. They have used dogs. They have used drones. A dog would have tracked that kid if he was somewhere nearby. Of course, someone could have ran and got him. That didn't happen. Shouldn't jump to conclusions, but when I read that, I just call bull crap. Hey, Mary Mary. Light feather. She says she calls bull crap. Casey Anthony 2.0. Yeah. Like, ain't cops not parents? Because any parent knows better. Of course they know better, but they still are going to make sure. They got to dot their I's and cross their T's. Make sure he's not hiding anywhere nearby. Yeah, something's bad wrong here. Wait and see. It will come out that she did something to little Braylon. See if I'm pronouncing this name right now. Yeah, Braylon Noble. I like that name, Braylon. This is hard. I hope they find him. The mother needs to tell the truth and be honest. Where is Braylon? He did not fall out of a window and get up and walk away. Come on, he's 3 years old. He would have been crying, going on, probably broken an arm or leg, of course. Come on. Go get up and walk away? No. No, 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 no. She did something to him. Hold on, guys. Let me mute just one sec. Let me unmute. Anyways, I'm going to follow this and I'll keep you guys updated. If you hear anything before me, send me a message. Okay. I guess the next one, since it's pulled up right here, is one that I had in the thumbnail. About this lady. She was gunned down by her ex. Then he takes his own life, but he killed her in front of her 11-year-old son. They had been in a relationship. He was her ex, and it was a toxic relationship. Says beloved mom shot dead by ex-boyfriend in murder-suicide. Gosh. Amanda Bowring's 11-year-old son was in her car. He witnessed the incident and called 911. Now, I'm just wondering if her name's pronounced like Borings or Bowrings. I don't know. I guess this happened in Pennsylvania. A Pennsylvania man rear-ended his ex-girlfriend's car. Then he got out, shot, and killed her and himself in an apparent murder-suicide Friday night. Amanda's 11-year-old son was in her car during the altercation with William Yavrina, 38, but he was unharmed. Amanda's son was one of several people who called 911 about the incident. Amanda had a second son who was apparently not in the vehicle. Okay, let's see. Lee said Boring 37 was traveling southbound in the Cobra Hill section of Conemaugh. Township just after 10 p.m. when Yarina rammed her car. The two got out of their vehicles and argued, and then Yarina shot Amanda and then himself. Wow. I'm afraid that's what's going to happen to my neighbor. You always hear me talking about the creeper. That's her ex that creeps around, and she refuses to do anything about it. She just wants to, I don't know, ignore it, and they'll get back together, go out on a few dates, hang out, and then she don't want nothing to do with him again, and then it starts again. But she won't get a restraining order or nothing, trespassing, nothing. It's ridiculous. Okay. Emergency crews found both in the roadway with single gunshot wounds to the chest. Lee's pronounced them dead on the scene. Said they had ongoing problems. They say Amanda Bowring was a good person and a kind person. She will be missed. Said she was very gentle. I guarantee that when they were in a relationship together, that he was abusive to her. That's probably why they broke up. Probably controlling and mentally and physically abusive. It happens a lot. I can tell you hold on just a minute. Let's see how many women or men are in abusive relationships. I'll give you the statistics. Seems like I got it screenshotted. Okay. According to the CDC, 1 in 4 women and 1 in 7 men will experience physical violence by their intimate partner at some point during their lifetimes. About 1 in 3 women and nearly 1 in 6 men experience some form of sexual violence during their lifetimes. Intimate partner violence, sexual violence, and stalking are high, with intimate partner violence occurring in over 10 million people each year. And 1 in 6 women and 1 in 19 men have experienced stalking during their lifetimes. The majority are stalked by someone they knew, an intimate partner. An intimate partner stalks about 6 in 10 female victims and 4 in 10 male victims. Let's see what it says about child abuse. The statistics for child abuse, it says each year there are over 3 million referrals to child protective authorities. Despite often being the first to examine the victims, only about 10% of the referrals were from medical personnel. The fatality, oh crap. The fatality rate is approximately 2 deaths per 100,000 children. Women account for a little over half of the predators. Wow. I just so happened to look that up this morning and screenshotted it. Well, I know that I have sure been the victim of domestic violence on more than one occasion by more than one perpetrator. I've been in several abusive relationships. The first abusive relationship that I was ever in, I was 15 years old. Started dating one of my brother's friends. I shouldn't have been dating because he was like 20, 21, 22, something like that. Should have never been allowed to date him. He was the first guy that ever hit me. He bought me everything, guys. He even bought me a vehicle when I got my driver's license. But he was abusive to me. He was abusive to me in front of his parents one time because we got in an argument because someone in Walmart bumped up against me, a guy. He asked me if that guy touched me when he went by, and I lied and said no. And he knew I was lying. So yeah, he dragged me down the stairs of his parents' home outside, and his mom and dad came out there. His dad made him stop, and his mom said, "Well, honey, you shouldn't lie to him." True story. The reason I lied to him is because he was extremely jealous. The first time he hit me, we were in a car. He was driving in his Camaro. I didn't want to drink. And he said, "Oh, before we started dating, used to be out drinking with everyone." And he backhanded me. I don't know why I put up with stuff like that. I think when women have bad childhoods, uh, they pick abusive partners or something. It's so weird. I need to go to counseling, I guess, and figure all this out. I mean, it doesn't bother me anymore, of course. It's made me a stronger person, but, it's confusing to why I would date people that were abusive to me, is what it is. Hey, Max Power. Very Mary said she's been stalked twice. This is, her son that witnessed this, he's 11 years old. Gosh, he's going to need so much counseling. He's probably going to have PTSD. Going to be traumatized. Can you imagine? This guy rammed her car, and then when she got out and started arguing with him, he shot her and then shot himself. Thank God he did not shoot the 11-year-old. Thank God. But bless his little heart. Can't imagine what he's going through. I witnessed something horrific. I don't want to talk about this morning. Y'all know what it is. And I about lost my mind. So I can't imagine being a child and seeing something horrific like that. It's worse. He's a child. Please, please remember Amanda's children, especially the 11-year-old, in your prayers. It'd be terrible to be stalked. Max Power, a lot of men use this very strange term. They say, my girl or my wife. Women are their own person, I think. You know what? Something I've noticed, like when I was married to my first husband, he was abusive. It's like he was fine up until I married him. He did not show his true colors, and that's how it happens a lot of times. They're all nicey nice until you marry them. Now, the boyfriend I had in high school, he was completely different. He showed his true colors right away. But my first husband, he didn't. I didn't even know he was an alcoholic. You know, he drank beer every evening, but a lot of people do that. But then it got worse as time went on. He couldn't hide it for too long from me. Let's see, how long did I date him before I married him? 4 or 5 months, maybe. Something like that, maybe 6 months. I married him when I turned 18. Yeah, I'm sorry, very Mary. You went through that. I'm sorry. Anyone's been through that. Lisa says my stalker was Stan. He's still around. Hey, Kat, how are you? Carolina girl, my friend's two daughters witnessed their father shot by a neighbor. They were 5 and 7ish. Counseling ever since. Oh my goodness. Bless their hearts. It's hard enough when you're an adult and see something horrific, but being a child, oh my goodness. It makes it worse. So I'm praying for their family. So sad. Okay, let me get in my Discord because now we're going to talk about the Australian activist and motivational speaker. She has been charged with drowning her 7-month-old baby. Hold on a minute. We got any Aussies in the chat right now? I'm just wondering if there's any Aussies in here that know this woman. I think she's big on social media. Okay, let's get everything shared. I gotta get a wireless mouse. I thought I had one, and I have looked everywhere for it. Maybe I'll find it today. Okay, so a respected activist and motivational speaker is charged in the drowning death of her 7-month-old baby. The baby's name is Island, and her name is Fiora Giovanni. And the baby drowned on July 18th, 2020. And she was charged and arrested, but she got a bond. However they do, though, they're glad he got a bond. Said she's a prominent Australian woman and media personality. And she has been criminally charged after her young daughter drowned in a bathtub this summer. 35-year-old Fiore Giovanni was criminally negligent when her 7-month-old daughter, Island, drowned on the morning of July 18th. Rescue crews reportedly sought to revive the girl who was found unresponsive in the tub, but she was declared deceased at the scene. Unresponsive in the tub? You mean she didn't even take her out of the tub? I mean, why is a baby unattended in a tub? Is the question. The accused at South Bank on July 18th, 2020, did kill a child under the age of 6, in circumstances, but for the child of would constitute manslaughter. Okay, so that's how the court documents read. That's weird to read. Prosecutors say that as part of their case, they will use evidence obtained from closed circuit video footage. Uh-oh, they must have caught her on video. Okay, so she's accused of leaving a second child in the bath, also unsupervised, before Island drowned. Okay, so her attorney told the Melbourne Magistrates Court this week that his client is not accused of intentionally harming the baby, but rather that the girl died while she was not being supervised. Well, it's her fault that, I mean, I hate to say this, it's her fault that she died. You don't leave a 7-month-old baby unsupervised in a bathtub. Everybody knows that. My granny always says you could drown in a teaspoonful of water, a kid could. I don't know if that's true, but that's what granny says. The charge of child homicide relates to an act of alleged criminal negligence on the part of Miss Giovanni. Lewin told the court, that's her lawyer. Okay, then it says she's accused of leaving a second child in the bath, also unsupervised. This is something that she does routinely, you can tell. She's a human rights activist. She was born in the African country of Eritrea, something like that, and escaped war there as a refugee. She is a motivational speaker and author. Her website describes her as having overcome the challenge of a pubescent arranged marriage, something like that, and as a teenager being mandatorily conscripted into the army and clinging to life in a leaking boat loaded with refugees. Giovanni announced Alan's death 5 weeks ago on Instagram, writing, "It is with our deepest sorrow and soul-wrenching heartbreak that we inform you of the death of our beautiful little angel. A shining star was sent to us to inspire, change, and transform our lives in the short 7.5 months we have the pleasure of being with her." Okay. In a recent video posted online, Giovanni said moving forward after her daughter's death has been a day by day process. I no longer have to imagine the tragedy or the pain that comes from losing someone, Giovanni said in the video. I tragically lost my little girl of 7.5 months old a few weeks ago. And no, I am not ready to talk about it yet, as it is still incredibly fresh. I can't remember if I shared the daggone audio. Let me stop screen sharing and I'll redo it so I can make sure I shared the audio. We'll play her video. Her video is odd to me. Surely she didn't do this for content on the internet and sympathy.
I tragically lost my little girl of 7.5 months old a few weeks ago. And no, I am not ready to talk about it yet, as it is still incredibly fresh. And we are still trying to go through it as a family.
Lady, you left your little girl unattended in a bathtub, and you have done other small children the same way. You've left them unattended. There's some kind of video footage evidence against her. So sad. I had to look up how to pronounce the baby's name, but it's pronounced Island. Okay. Never lose hope. How can people come up with this word salad after they have lost an infant? I don't know. You know what I thought when I saw that video and read this story? And I'm being judgmental, and I'm probably jumping the gun, but inside my brain, I thought, oh my God. Well, I mean, I asked a question in my brain. Did she drown her child for content and for sympathy? I don't know. Maybe not, but she's using it. Looks like as content, sympathy. Is she telling her viewers in that video that she left the baby unattended? No, probably not. That was only a short clip. I'm not going to accuse her and say that she did it for content, but I was just being honest. I did think that to myself. I just think she's using it for sympathy now. She's not even telling her viewers what she did. There's no excuse for a baby to drown in a bathtub. No excuse whatsoever. And people, don't be saying stuff in the comment section. Oh my God, I can't believe you said that. I'm saying that is just something that I thought when I read it. Not accusing her of doing it. But I mean, I can share my thoughts on my own channel. Every now and then we get a smart aleck in the comment section. I just try to keep it real with y'all and just try to share, try to share and be honest of what goes through my brain sometimes. Okay. Yeah, it shouldn't happen. Hey, Beth F. Good morning. I just love this channel. So many kind people here. Thank you, Beth. I got the greatest people ever. I want to cry when my kids frown. Anyone who hurts their own child's a monster. Yes. I mean, I'm the type of parent, if my son didn't want to come and stay with me, I would not force him, even though I want to see him. I wouldn't force him and make him because I want him to be happy and comfortable. You know what I mean? My son spends time with everybody. Me, his dad, my mom. He always makes his rounds. Hey, Alyssa, good morning. When I saw the drowning in tub, it reminds me of Andrea Yates. Yeah, gosh, what a sad story. A complicated one. What have I done with my hold on guys, I've lost something. I lost my daggone cigarettes somewhere. I must have left them. Hold on guys, I'll be right back. I'm gonna mute. Y'all chat among yourselves. Okay guys, sorry about that. Ah, I turned my mic over. Ah, crap. Oh my goodness. So many sad cases going on, guys. I do have us a good topic this morning. We did a member stream about Andrea Yates' cat. If you didn't watch it, check it out. She was clearly mentally ill, and I guess, her husband back then, they didn't know a lot about mental illness. I'm just going to shut up about the Yates case because I kind of blame Rusty a little bit. I mean, of course, he had no idea that Andrea would kill the kids. Of course not. Of course not. Um, I just think he should have got her help. She was in like really bad shape. Every time she got pregnant, she'd go off her meds. She'd get really sick, then go back on her meds, kind of straighten out, get pregnant, go off her meds. Mental illness gets worse. That makes mental illness uh, worse. Each time that she stopped taking her meds and then started back taking them and doing that cycle, it made her episodes a lot worse, when she was off the meds. That's what I heard an expert say about her case. My grandfather was paranoid schizophrenic diagnosed, and it is a very sad disease. And he used to read the Bible and say all kinds of crazy things and see demons and stuff. He was so miserable, guys. I'd see him outside sitting on the picnic table. He'd be holding his head with his hands. His head be down, He'd just say his head hurt. He'd hear ringing in his ears. He walked the floor at nights. Sometimes he would talk and I couldn't even understand what he was saying. It's like a foreign language or something, talking in tongues. It was wild and sad, scary. Thank God he didn't harm anyone else, but he did take his own life, sadly. He just couldn't live with it, guys. Carolina girl, I had postpartum depression and anxiety, and the Yates case pushed me over the edge emotionally. Oh my gosh. Yeah, she had postpartum psychosis and schizophrenia, guys, combined. And like what, manic depression? I have manic depression. Um, that's hard to live with too. Not as bad as schizophrenia. Schizophrenia is hereditary. You can inherit that. And girls are more susceptible to get it. I guess that's the word you use. Yes, and I learned all this because of my grandfather's mental health issues and going to the doctors and stuff with him. I could get him to take his medicine. And see, that's another thing. People with schizophrenia and stuff like that, they don't want to take their medicine. And Andrea Yates used to cheek her medicine. She'd act like she took it, cheek it. When nobody's looking, take it out of her mouth and get rid of it. My grandfather did the same exact thing. I'll tell you the story of my grandfather. My grandfather had been to a state mental hospital because he got in his head that a guy up the road made me sick. It was summertime. I'd had a sore throat. Guys, when I was little, I got a sore throat every summer. This guy was my papa's close friend, but my papa got in his head he was a witch. One morning, he went up there and he shot that man's car out of hell. Thank God he didn't harm nobody. I mean, he shot it out of hell with the shotgun. They called my granny. My granny had to have been placed in a hospital. They didn't press charges. They knowed my papa was sick. We're not in his right mind. He went to the hospital. He stayed 6 weeks. They said my papa had brain damage. He was a wild one back in the day, and some cops took one of those big black sticks to his head. Bunch of them beat him up. Brain damage, probably all the moonshine he made, drunk, probably damaged his brain, and schizophrenia. He gets out of the hospital, comes home after 6 weeks. He's doing good. Comes to my beauty pageant, all that. Then he goes off his meds. Goes to the hospital in the next town over. We're going to go see him the next morning. But when I get up, my papa had walked out of the damn hospital and called my granny in the middle of the night, and she had to come and pick him up. Like he was halfway home before she got there, halfway down the mountain. Anyways, that next morning, because he wasn't allowed to have guns, he went and borrowed a gun from a friend's son. Said he was going to go quail hunting, and he went and took his own life up at our local lake. Yeah, they let him walk out of that hospital and him like not in his right mind. He had had shots and everything. It's just sad. It's just sad. Mental health is no joke. No, it's not. Schizophrenia is such a sad disease. Yeah, I remember talking to my papa that morning. He come and knocked on my door wanting a gun to go hunting. I said, no, there's no guns here, papa. And by the time I got, myself together to go down my granny's to ask why papa was out of the hospital, he took off and left. Well, I got down there. He was sitting on the picnic table. And I didn't ask him why he was out of the hospital. I just asked if Granny had breakfast fixed. And his eyes looked really crazy, guys. They was really glassy and really blue. They looked weird. And by the time I got up on the porch and opened the door, he had jumped in his truck and took off. Yeah. So sad. I feel bad for the people that found him. Sad. Anyways, I didn't mean to get off on that. I was just sharing with you guys. I try to keep it real on here. I believe Eileen Warnos was schizophrenic too, guys. I don't know if she was ever diagnosed, but I don't think she should have been executed. She belonged in like a state mental hospital, for the rest of her life. She shouldn't have killed those guys. Of course not. She killed like 6 of them. Of course not. But they put her to death and she was hallucinating, not in her right mind. Carolina girl, you don't stop them when you feel better. No. And that's what a lot of people with these serious mental health issues do. My grandfather would do it. He didn't like taking his medicine. See, he had it in his head people were trying to poison him. And that's Eileen Warnos. She reminds me of my grandfather a little bit. Some of the things that she said while she was in prison, like the prison was trying to poison her and stuff like that. My grandfather said things like that about my granny's sister and about the doctors and all this. There's several people here on YouTube that have channels and talk about their schizophrenia. Some of them even record like schizophrenic episodes. Like when they're having an episode, you know? Okay. It's enough depressing stuff, guys, for one morning. I can't take no more. Oh, goodness. I've got to get some things done at the funny farm today. I've got to get the eggs out, clean Annabelle's shed out. I can't believe how chilly it is out today. Like, it's getting fall time, guys. I'm so happy. So happy about that. It's my favorite time of year. I'm going to get this article pulled up before I try to share it. The story is about a cute little puppy named Maddie. Oh, trying to close out some stuff. She was kept in a crate by her first owner, constantly kept in a crate. And this woman decided, hey, if this guy is not going to give me this dog, I'm going to take this dog because this dog's living in misery. I'm going to read y'all the story and get it screen shared. I love our good topics. Could y'all believe that video the other day about the dog reporting himself missing? That was so funny. Okay. When anyone brings a dog into their home, they are obligated to provide for that pet. It's an unwritten promise that we never break. As dog owners, we are to love them unconditionally, feed them properly, play with them, and give them the best shelter possible. Sadly, however, people take their dogs for granted and do the bare minimum. Okay, this is Rose's story. Rose was living a sad life with an ungrateful human. I wish I could take that ad down. It won't let me. Let me go back up. No, it's not going to let me. With an ungrateful human who kept her crated constantly and didn't provide enough food and water. In fact, Rose's mom, Maddie, who narrates the video, admits that Rose was kept crated for days in a row. Maddie pulled the guy aside and told him if he didn't treat her better, then he needs to find her a new home. Oh, I didn't know there was a video. A few weeks later, not much had changed. Maddie did what she had to. She said she was going to take Rose home. If her owner had a problem with it, then he could call the cops. Maddie didn't care. She put Rose's well being first, and that, folks, is how you treat a dog. Maddie drove over, and when she got to the house, Rose was, of course, in her crate. Her owner had skipped town. When Rose finally was let out of the crate, she was weak from being malnourished, but she mustered up a few tail wags and kisses. Hold on, let's just go back up a second. Oh, look how skinny, guys. So skinny. That's the way Annabelle looked when I got her, my little goat. Oh, she's a pretty dog. And they ruined this article with ads you can't remove. Maddie decided she would foster Rose until she could find the perfect family. As soon as Rose got to Maddie's house, she realized she could now run and play and live like a real dog. Now Maddie just had to work on getting her healthy. She increased her calorie intake, and before long, Rose began looking like a healthy pit bull. Oh, look at that face. She's smiling. She looks like my brother's pit, Callie. Rose, as Maddie says, really, really likes to eat. To see her happily enjoy new foods warmed Maddie's heart. How could anyone deprive such a loving animal? Is something we will never comprehend. What? The dog's eating a banana. This is when the story gets better. Maddie says that at the time she was pretty much a broke grad student, but she knew keeping a dog like Rose would need a lot of attention, um, wouldn't be the right thing. but Rose didn't agree. Rose was relentless and used her charm to worm her way into Maddie's heart. Between her goofy, pity grins to her grateful tail wags, Maddie couldn't resist. Sometimes we realize it's really the dog that adopts the human, and that's how it was for Rose, now nicknamed Rosie. She chose Maddie, and Maddie had no choice but to give in. Oh, that's so sweet. Uh, Too bad they won't let us look at the clear picture because the stinking ads. That's such a sweet story. I want to look at that one picture again. I can't believe that dog's eating a banana. This is the picture I like. That is like the best picture ever. Ever, ever. Okay. It's a good way to cheer us up after reading all that gory crap. That was too cute when he had his paws up on the counter. Oh, yes, yes. I loved Rosie's story. I love the name Maddie too, by the way. Um. Oh yeah. Did y'all see the video body cam footage of Lori Vallow? That stupid idiot. She's smiling ear to ear, bitch, knowing her kids are dead at that very moment. That burns me up. Every time I think about her in those wedding photos, smiling with Chad Dumbbell. And, and I think at the moment they were having those pictures took and smiling, living their best lives, they know that those kids, they had murdered those kids. They was just over living their best life, laughing, living it up. Stupid bitch. I shouldn't call people that, but she is. Oh, Corey Lori. I shouldn't call her the B word, but God Almighty, I mean, she murdered her two kids. I know she's not been proven guilty. We all know what she did, her and Chad and Alex. Lily's middle name is Rose. That was my dad's mom's name. Well, she went by Rosie. Her name was Rosalie. Cement shoes and the ukulele. I know cement shoes. I don't even want to look at my ukuleles anymore. I was wanting to learn how to play the ukulele some. I've got one. Mark's got a nicer one. And they totally ruined it for me. I still like ukuleles, though, but I hope they get the death penalty. The special prosecutor has filed a motion to have them tried together. I think that is a marvelous idea. And I think Chad Daybell's lawyer filed something to have the trial moved to a different place. Buddy, it don't matter where you have that trial moved to. Ask Scott Peterson. Everybody in the world knows about this case. It's going to be hard to find impartial jury. Let them have it. Let them move it to another place, another location. It's not going to affect the outcome any, guys. The outcome of it. I'm here to tell you it's not. They're going to be found guilty. Wait and see. I'm 100% sure that they're going to be found guilty. Wait, have they even charged them with? Wait, hold on a minute. Bye, Max Power. Have a blessed day. Yeah, I'm going to get off here too and get some stuff done. Um, they've not charged these two with murder yet, have they? No, no, no. Let me see. Let's look at her charges here. No, not yet, but they will be. So I guess they're going to try them for all these charges separate than from their murder charges whenever they get those. My brain forgets so much. I was trying to do some reading about that earlier this morning. I think it's my memory loss has something to do with my breathing. I breathe real heavy. I think I'm not getting enough oxygen. Thank you, Beach Bum. Really, I was looking it up, guys, because my memory's been bothering me, and something dawned on me this morning. If you ever pay attention to my funny farm videos, I breathe real heavy. I'm not really like that out of shape. It's just I can be sitting around and I breathe like that. It's just the way I breathe. But it dawned on me that might have something to do with my memory. I forget who I say hi to and just little things, details I shouldn't forget. Could be like a lack of oxygen. I need to quit smoking. My breathing's horrible. Lisa, I was wondering about that. Yes. Carolina girl, I want to see murder charges for Lori against Charles. They're working on that. They're working on that. They said the police are going to charge her. I guess they're dotting their I's and crossing their T's. They don't want any mistakes. Because one little technicality can get stuff thrown out of court. You know what I mean? It's happened before. Got to get motoring back before the real race today. Yeah, I'm going to go get some things done myself. I'm going to do some things here. Go fix me some sausage biscuits in the microwave. Do some funny farm chores. I'm going to wait till about 2 or 3 o'clock to do that, though. Give the girls time to finish laying their eggs. I dread fooling with that rooster today with Mark not here. I can't wait till the grass grows back so I can put my trampoline back to where I had it before. But anywho, thanks for chatting this morning, guys. Y'all have a great day. I will see y'all in the morning. I may do a stream tonight for channel members. I'm not sure. But it looks like I'm going to have some free time, so I will let you guys know. Find us something fun to do. Maybe. Hey, Shug. Hope you're having a good Sunday. You're late, girl. Let me get you a late slip. There you go. You got to pass this time. Anyways, be safe, be kind, and peace. Love y'all. Thanks for the support. You guys are the best. I got the best chat on YouTube. Really, honestly. I really feel that way, and people tell me that all the time. People brag on my chat all the time. Y'all are awesome. You guys rock.